down.
Welcome back to the channel, you guys. In today's video, we are getting a level kit put on the 2019 F-150 Lariat, and I'm looking forward to this because once we get this mod done, then the rest of this build can finally progress. Now, we've done a few interior mods, otherwise it's completely stock. Once we get the level kit on, we have our new set of Fuel Revolt wheels over here. These are 20x9 on a 275 60 amp tire, and those are gonna look sweet on the white F-150. And we also have our exhaust ready to go on, but I didn't want to do any of the supporting mods until the look and the stance was dialed in. But getting right into it, we have the 2-inch body armor puck for our OEM strut, and I do have the Halo lift coils that I was going to initially throw on this truck, but in my opinion, these are too premium of a coilover, too premium of a setup to put on a truck. I'm just looking to get out the door as quickly as possible. And maybe I'll save these for a future build, or just a build that's in dire need of new struts. This truck rides really, really nice and doesn't need any sort of suspension upgrade at this time. Just a simple level will do, just so we can get those wheels and tires put on the truck. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the truck jacked up, take the wheels off, and then we can start the install. All right, so I'm gonna do the driver's side, and then I'm just gonna repeat the process for the passenger side. I'm not gonna show the passenger side, obviously, but the same process we do for the driver's side, you apply to the passenger side. So there's a couple of different ways you can attack doing your suspension when changing out a strut, adding a level kit, all that kind of stuff. A lot of people with the 2-inch will just remove their upper control arm from their knuckle and then remove the tie rod and then their sway bar link, and then usually they can just kind of drop everything down, take off these bolts up here, take out your strut bolts down there, and then pull the strut out and then put your puck on top of the strut and then reinstall everything, bolt it back up the same way. I have found personally that that is a bit of a struggle. Like, you're prying down really hard on your lower control arm. These cables here are getting pretty tight, especially once you add that puck, that 2-inch puck, especially a 2.5-inch puck. It's very hard to get this guy back in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove my tie rod, my sway bar link right here, and then I'm going to loosen my lower control, actually remove the lower control arm bolt right here, as well as on the other side right down here. And once I have all that, I should be able just to lower the whole control arm right down, and then we can drop our strut straight down and put the new strut straight up, and then lift the control arm back up, line our bolts with the control arm, bolt everything back together. Now, I will be getting an alignment right away, so I don't really care how off it is doing it this way, doing it this method. Obviously, when you loosen those bolts off, you really mangle your alignment, but we're getting it, I don't have to drive very far, and to me, this is the easiest way to do a 2.5-inch level kit. So getting right into it here, let's grab our 13/16, and we will remove this guy first. We'll grab our mallet and just tap on this. And then there you go. And then we'll remove the nut on our sway bar. And then we can go ahead and hit these guys up right here. And then I'll just grab a 21 mil to hold the other side of the bolt. There we go. And then we'll hit up this guy right here. Okay, then what I'm gonna do is put a jack underneath the lower control arm. That way, when I take those bolts out, it doesn't fall. Put it right underneath the cross brace of the lower control arm. Just put barely any weight on it, just you know it's supported. And then we can go ahead and take these pins out. And I'm just gonna put this other bolt back in here. just to punch it out. There it goes. And we got both of our bolts. And then what we want to do is take off I'm going to start taking off these bottom strut bolts. You can definitely do these bolts before taking out the lower control arm bolts. That way your jack's not in the way. Okay, that's 2. Okay, so everything's free. We just have to get the strut out of the lower control arm because it's kind of hanging everything up right now. So we will grab our pry bar and we'll just put it underneath our strut and just pry gently on it just to work the strut out of the lower control arm. And then I'm going to lower my jack a little bit. Our strut is loose. Our control arm is somewhat supported-ish. Okay, so everything is loose. Our lower control arm is dangling, supported by our jack, so our axle isn't holding all the weight. You definitely don't want to rip your axle out of your front diff there or your hub. So, well, you have your axle nut on, I guess, but likely not to happen, but still be mindful of that. So very easy process for the most part, taking all this off. If you have 2 hands, it'll also make things a lot easier if you have someone to help you, but the jack goes a long way. Absolute must when doing this method. And make sure you jack your truck up as high as you can because you're going to need that distance to pull the strut out. Otherwise, if you're working on a lift, no issues there. So what we'll do now is we'll just take out the 3 bolts on top here, holding the strut in place on the top hat. And once we remove these 3 bolts, this guy will fall right out. We'll put our leveling kit on and then put everything right back up. So it's going to be an 18 mil. Okay, all the nuts are out of the top hat, so let's just pull this guy right out. Just like that. So while you have your strut out, might as well give it a really good clean, because why not, right? And then what we're gonna do is we have our level kit right here. So this is our 2-inch level kit. And just something to note that a level kit will never measure like a true 2 inches, but this is more of like an inch. I don't have a tape measure handy right now. But it looks like about an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter, but it actually suffices as a 2-inch level kit because of how the geometry, the angle, and all that stuff sort of works. So we're gonna put this on the end like so, and you can't screw this up because the bolts are, it's kind of like a keyed design where you can't screw this up. It won't fit on any of the other holes. And then we're just gonna use our provided nuts to secure it. And the instructions don't say anything about torque specs, so we are just gonna blast it home with our impact here. And then I'll take my 18 mil wrench and just do a quick. Oh yeah, she's tight. Okay, let's go throw it back on the truck. All right, and just like the level kit, this can only go one way, so you can't really screw up the orientation of this strut and the overall install of it. Okay, so the strut is in the hole, so we'll put our nuts on top here. So we're just gonna leave these somewhat loose so we have some play when getting it back into the lower control arm here. And that'll be our next step, is getting it back into the lower control arm. So I'm gonna take the jack down even a little bit further just to have some play here. And just kind of try to swing this around a little bit. Get one of the holes started. There we go, get it in the other hole. And now we can start lifting up on our jack again. And then just shake this a little bit while we jack it up, just so that there we go. Okay, there, everything's through. All right, now we'll put our strut nuts back on. And then we'll do the other side. We can almost put this kind of haphazardly in just to get it out of the way. And now let's get the control arm line back up and the bolts back in there. And we can't forget our sway bar end link. We're trying to line that up too. So while I'm pushing up, I'm making sure that my sway bar link goes back into the sway bar itself. Okay, so you probably can't see on the camera, but I'm gonna put this bolt in the far upper control arm slot there. Okay, then we'll just do the other one here since it looks fairly lined up. There we go. Okay, so this side is all the way in, the bolt is all the way through. On this side, the bolt just isn't lining up, so I'm gonna take the jack and just throw it underneath this control arm right here. We just need to lift it a touch. There we go. Just like that. We can go ahead and put our lower control arm nuts back on. And then we'll do the same with the other side. And you can get it pretty close because there's typically score marks on your bracket here where you can see where the nut's been sitting for a long time. If you want to get it close, I'm not gonna worry. I'm gonna get somewhat close, but I'm not going to lose sleep over. I'm just gonna kind of hammer it down now, tighten everything up, and then drive it to the alignment shop. Okay, then we can put our tie rod nut back on. And then we can put our sway bar nut back on here. Okay, so all we have left to do is just tighten really everything back up, and then we can set it back on the ground and sort of see where we're at with everything. All right, now we can put the wheel and tire setup on, and then my back is shot, so I have to try to get this on here. Not too bad. We'll slap our chrome lug nuts on. All right, so the level is on, the truck is aligned, and I've had a couple days now to drive the truck around on different terrains, gravel road, highway, city, town, all that kind of stuff. And I must say, I'm very, very happy with how it's performing. Now, it is just a 2-inch level kit. You're not gonna get any significant ride quality improvements. In fact, you're probably gonna lose some ride quality overall. Nothing that you would notice day to day, but if you're doing heavy off-roading, you might notice you might bottom out faster on your spring and all that kind of stuff. But if you're just a day-to-day driver, a level kit, especially a 2-inch, is not gonna affect your day-to-day ride quality. It will, however, give you enough clearance to run a bigger setup on your truck. And check out our new Fuel Revolt wheels. It looks so good with the Lariat trim. I think it's an appropriate offset. It's an appropriate looking wheel for the Lariat because it maintains that luxury premium look of the Lariat while giving it that subtle aggressive look that every stock truck, in my opinion, needs. And for those of you wondering, this setup does not rub whatsoever. Again, we have the 20x9 plus 1mm offset wheel wrapped in 275/60 R20 tires. I've had the opportunity to do a little bit of off-roading, nothing crazy, but hitting approaches, hitting different angles to see if this rubs at full lock, and it does not. Now, I have yet to test out really the 4x4, doing aggressive turning in the winter time when you have your 4x4 usually on most of the winter. So you might see some rubbing then, but as day-to-day two-wheel drive and doing some minimal off-roading, I had no issues rubbing in forward, reverse, nothing like that. So very happy with how the kit went on, very happy with how this has all come together. The subtle offset, the subtle stance just gives this truck a little bit of an aggressive note, which is what we need going forward for all the supporting mods going on this truck. We have an exhaust lined up, we have a bunch of products from F-150 LEDs going on this truck, so we have some hood lights, some grille lights, just a few more mods to really help separate the factory look, which I don't like. The moment I get a truck and I can get away from that OEM look, I'm gonna do it. So if you guys have any questions about the install, let me know in the comments below. A lot more to come with this truck, and we have a lot more on this channel regarding future builds. So make sure you guys subscribe if you like the content. I appreciate you guys for being here, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.